global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello there, people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Despite everything that Ibas Ette, the sole administrator in Rivers State, is trying to do to the minds of Nigeria, especially Riverians, lately he opened a portal for 10,000 recruitment for Rivers State people. But still, Nigerians are looking at him as being an illegal administrator and must be kicked out from Rivers State. Interestingly, the Nigerian Bar Association have decided to make a very strong move as it has moved its 2025 annual general conference from Rivers State to Enugu. All of this is to protest President Bola Tinubu's state of emergency in Rivers State. It's been reported that NBA said that the state of emergency, the appointment of the sole administrator, all the decisions that he has made, and the National Assembly's actions were all unconstitutional. In a statement a few hours ago, the NBA president, Afam Osigwe, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, stated that holding the 2025 annual general conference meeting in Port Harcourt would be an endorsement of the illegalities in Rivers State. NBA further accused Rivers State sole administrator Vice Admiral Ibas Ette, retired, of flouting court orders, court rulings. In his words, and I quote, he said the announcement that Port Harcourt, this garden city, would host the 2025 annual general conference, AGF, of our association was met with widespread enthusiasm. Indeed, prior to the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State on March 18, 2025, registration figures had so reflecting the excitement and eagerness of members to attend. However, the unfortunate turn of events in Rivers State has understandably stalled the momentum and affected our advanced preparation for the conference. Currently, Rivers State is being governed by a retired military officer appointed as a sole administrator who operates with a command-style approach that disregards constitutional provision, court decision, and pending litigation. His actions have undermined democratic institutions and processes, flouting the rule of law with impunity. Though clad in civilian attires, he governed as though the state is under military rule. The voices of our members, particularly those calling for a change of venue, grew stronger over time. We convened meetings with the chairman of NBA branches in Rivers State and held an emergency session of the National Executive Council, NEC, on the 27th of March 2025. The overwhelming consensus was that the NBA could not, in good conscience, proceed with the AGF in a state governed unconstitutionally by a sole administrator. The NEC reaffirmed that the state of emergency declared in Rivers State violates Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. It further noted that the suspension of elected officials and democratic institutions contravened Section 11 and 188 of the Constitution. The purported rectification by the National Assembly, executed via voice vote rather than the constitutional requirement to third majority, amounts to a grave constitutional subversion. Even if the proper procedure has been followed, it would not legitimize an unconstitutional proclamation. Given these undemocratic developments, Port Harcourt can no longer be considered a justifiable venue for the 2025 AGC. To hold our flagship event in such circumstances would amount to a tacit endorsement of constitutional violation and subversion of the rule of law. The NBA has taken a principled position in accordance with the law, and it follows thus that the appointment of a sole administrator in Rivers State is unconstitutional. Consequently, and in alignment with the overwhelming position of the NEC and the broader membership, we are compelled to relocate the 2025 AGC to a state where constitutional democracy remains intact. We are pleased to announce that the 2025 Annual General Conference will now be held in a historic coal city of Enugu. The city possesses infrastructure and capacity to host a conference of our scale and significance. We are confident that with concerted effort, this change of venue will not compromise our commitment to delivering a successful and impactful conference. We call on all members and stakeholders to lend their full support as we embark on this new path. With unity, diligence, and a shared commitment to our values, we will make this transition a resounding success. That was coming straight from the table of Afam Osigwe, advocate of Nigeria, who is the national president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. Now, this is one way of authenticating the fairness of any organization. We as lawyers, they as lawyers, are meant to be the interpreters of the law. And looking at the Constitution of 1999 Constitution as amended, it clearly pointed out that no president or democratically elected president has the right, to impeach or to suspend a democratically elected governor. Talk less of electing a sole administrator who is running helter-skelter, doing things just anyhow in the states. I love the fact that they have taken a position, and this is exactly how it should be. One of the things I have come to realize about Nigerians take side without taking into cognizance the consequences of certain things that are happening. Most people will come in, especially those who have taken the position with the former River State Governor, FCT Minister. They'll come to her and be saying a lot of things. I don't have a problem that you have the right to think the way you want to think, But it's important for us to realize one thing. And that one thing is that what goes around comes around. Someday, it will be your own turn. When you look at the pages of the Constitution and you realize what someone is doing is outrightly unconstitutional. But because we have affirmed one, what is good for one is good for all. We have to. I love the fact that Nigerian Bar Association president has taken this position. The NEC also has given him the adequate backing to say, let's proceed suspending the conference in River State, because we cannot, interestingly, if you hold it there, you people are going to pay courtesy visit to the leader of that state. Unfortunately, the sole administrator. And when you pay a visit to him, sometimes you even have to invite him to come and open the general conference. And imagine someone who has aborted the essence of your organization coming in. What is he going to say there? Is he going to say, I'm so glad that I have opportunity here. We have to follow the Constitution when he's not following the Constitution? He can never say that. So I love the fact that they have taken this position. And this is a pointer to the fact that there are still some good eggs in Nigeria. They may be in leadership position, but they won't allow people to buy them off with money, because I think that's one of the most disturbing aspects of Nigerian leadership, or let me say Nigerians as a whole. Greedy people are too much. Whenever there are greedy people in a particular environment, evil is sure to strive there. Unconstitutionality is sure to strive there. You will see people taking positions that are outrightly wrong, but just because they have given you money, it will shut you up. Sometimes I even listen to certain people talk, and I'm like, does it mean they don't even understand the consequences of this particular action that has been taken in River State? What it will happen? Okay, just imagine. Get wild. Let's go beyond just River State. Imagine if this happened at the national level. The country will jump into anarchy. Before we know, military rule has come into play. We've got to be careful of the decision we are taking. Don't be, because someone, they are playing the cards and it's fitting you this time around, you all of a sudden you are misinterpreting, saying things that are outrightly wrong. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing Fubara did that was not right. Those guys had cross-carpeted to another political party. And the provision of the Constitution is that if you've cross-carpeted, you have lost your seat. Judiciary messed up the whole thing, and that's why we are here. Because if judiciary kept their position and said, what does the Constitution say when you defect, that you have lost your seat? We have agreed. All of these things wouldn't have happened. But unfortunately, money speaks. If money did not speak, more money will speak. And that's why we are here. Let's be hopeful that other institutions who respect the law and who understand the meaning of supremacy of the law will stand by the position of the rule of law, stand by the provision of the Constitution, and will not take side with any form of unconstitutional thing that is happening in our country. We'll leave it there.